Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. My name is DFree, and in this we're going to go ahead and talk about the ticket banners. Going to give my thoughts about both of them, kind of compare them a little bit, kind of like see if there's any units that are missing. I haven't really seen a whole lot. I just kind of saw the image. I was like, yeah, Vegeto's going to be here. Probably not going to be on Global's banner, but we will see what ultimately winds up happening. Hope you all enjoy. Of course, subscribe if you're new for more content. That being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about this. So first thing I want to say is I'm already seeing a whole, and this is kind of what sparked this, because this is another easy way for me to do this. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I will probably tweet this out. Make sure you follow me on Twitter because it's an easy way to interact with me personally. I respond a lot, and you know, you'll probably get updates and stuff like this. But that being said, I'm already seeing a lot of people saying, hey, where are the tickets? I haven't got my tickets, yada, yada, yada. So I personally haven't got mine yet, but they are sending them out successively. Right word? Wrong word. Anyways, they're sending them out in order, is what they said. So this typically happens. We don't all get tickets all at the same time. Some people should have them. Some people will have them later. Some people will get them, you know, just kind of like that, right? So if you don't have them now, take a break. Come back later. You might have them. Okay? So that's pretty much it. So that being said, these are the featured units. Tons of featured units. So before we move on to that, people also were asking, how do you get the ticket? Apparently there's maybe a couple of different types of tickets, or the Purunga Wish can give you tickets to summon on this banner as well. I have not been able to confirm that myself because I have not gotten around to doing any of my Purunga stuff yet, but I will kind of do them today. But anyways, otherwise, they are for stones that were used. You get one ticket for every 50 stones, I believe, that was used within the last year, pretty much, year and a month. So those are quite a big net, and they typically do this. I think it's probably been about that long since the last, you know, ticket banner or so. So it's quite a big net, but that's kind of something that's really cool for the people that have had a long-standing account for whatever reason, or you know, it kind of sucks for the re-rolling, but like, yeah, if you've had your account for a while, stones that you've spent, summonable, like, I mean, free stones or summon or purchase stones, excuse me, doesn't matter. You're still gonna get tickets, and again, you'll get those later. Now, featured units. So, and I'm pretty sure it's 1 per 50. Correct me if I'm mistaken. I am not perfect. Okay. Anyways, featured units. These are the ones that are featured currently over on JP. So we're going to also take a look at Global's banner as well. These are the units that are featured over on Global. Why is Global more zoomed in than JP? Like, can you not? Okay. So first things first, they have SS4, all 3 SS4s over there. That's pretty awesome. Do we have all 3 over here? Yes, we do. It looks like it might just be those couple that got switched. Well, there's a few. Bardock, Frieza, and Vegito over there. Trunks, Zamasu, and Omega are on Global. Vegito is not on this banner. Hate when they do that. You really hate when they do that. It really sucks. Bardock as well? Really? Really? And Frieza is not on this banner either. Okay, so they legit just swapped those 3. That's what it looks like. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time going over, but it looks like they really just swapped those 3 units. It also kind of looks like a few other... No, never mind. I was looking for him because he was in a different spot over here. He's way off over here. But anyways, like I said, don't want to spend a whole lot of time going over it, but there are obviously discrepancies. If you're somebody that's kind of new to the game and you're kind of wondering, like, why do they do that? Well, there are various reasons. A lot of times they do it when it's a new unit that's really new. For example, like Turles. I believe his banner is still live on Global, or it just left. I haven't checked in the last, like, day or so. But he's apparently supposed to be on the dual Dokkan Fest banner that you see in the news that features Goku, and there's also the Frieza on the other banner. Turles is supposed to be on there. I can almost assure you he won't be on Globals unless they don't mind. But a lot of times when a unit is new, they don't do that. Now, in the case of these 3 units, the Frieza, the Bardock, and the Vegito, they're not particularly new, but they will be on other banners that come as well, so that's another factor. It sucks. You hate to see it happen, but they do it a lot, to be honest, when it comes to these type of dual celebrations. But it's still nice. I'm not going to complain. It's still nice to be able to just have the opportunity to essentially get these units for free. That's kind of what this boils down to, because you're not using your stones, so that means you'll have stones to summon on other banners, not to mention the stones that will be given out part of the celebration. So there are a lot of ways that you are able to kind of benefit from this banner and all of these powerful units without really needing to use anything. So One thing I do want to kind of take a look at is just to see how many of the units that are actually on the banner are actually like ones that are meta relevant. And of course, all these units are good, some of which are better than others. Reason why I said meta relevant specifically is not to adhere to the game's meta, but to pay attention to the units that are actually good on certain teams as of right now in the category era of the game, basically. So like right now, Broly, he's really good post Extreme Z Awaken, as is, not very good. But don't worry about it, his Extreme Z Battle event should be live on both versions of the game right now. I know that I logged into JP and all of them were there. There was a lot of them, and it's like, oh, I don't have to play them because they didn't reset, so... Anyways, UI Goku, you guys know this guy, he's a monster. Sometimes he's kind of underwhelming if we're being 100% honest, but most of the time he's an absolute monster. It just kind of depends on how much of his attack stacks he gets in the team and support, etc. Otherwise, and also potential system, right? Gohan, probably, I hate saying this just because it's like, I feel like they're all really good. But as more and more category leaders come out, you know, Gohan's probably the worst one, especially because his team is so jumbled up. It's an amalgam between World Tournament units that are support units, some very specific summonable support units, and a bunch of LRs. Like, it's really weird, a really weird team, and he's not a great unit, not anymore anyway. I feel like he's fallen off a couple steps just with more units that have come out. But again, he's still really amazing for the defensive support. That's what I use him for these days, other than being a leader. Omega, on the other hand, is still phenomenal. Very good unit. Unfortunately, people will say he's the worst category leader, and I'd be inclined to listen just because of the fact that his category is so freaking limited. He has probably the most limited summonable category in the game. There's only like maybe like, you know, 9 or 10 actual good units in that category. The rest of it's just fluff that you wouldn't really consider using. One of the units that is in there also is his own category leader, the Gogeta here. Amazing unit, one of the best in the game. Broly is not a category leader; he's a mono leader. So we get into the 120 leaders at this point. So there's a handful of categories. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then everything else is either a 120 leader or older, like this Zamasu. Still an amazing unit though. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're at. I'm not going to go over every single unit. Just be advised that units like the Gohan here, the STR Broly, the AGL Goku, who Super Saiyan 3 is not on this banner. Physical Kid Buu is supposed to be getting Extreme Z Awakened soon. If we're talking about JP, I don't know if he's going to be awakening on Global too. But yeah, for the most part, there's not a... But be advised, like I was saying, these units do Extreme Z Awaken. Some of them do. But otherwise, this banner is really good. Like, this is a really good iteration of the ticket banner. But I do want to point out that just like any other mass banner, there are so many featured units that it is going to be insanely difficult to pinpoint and target one unit specifically. It is going to be hard. Very hard. Of course, the more tickets you have, the better chance you have. So if we come down here and take a look at this banner, it's unfortunate, but their list of category units is a lot better. In fact, they have seemingly a couple more. I also have this Goku. I didn't see that Goku over here, did I? Oh, no, he is. Okay. It just really feels like it's just those 2 or 3 units that actually got swapped here, now that I think about it. It's just they're in different spots. Actually, the Goku's right here. And Texel. They're at the bottom. Yes, these units do Extreme Z Awaken. So back over here, the Vegito, phenomenal unit. Really good. He's basically an upgrade over AGL Vegito. We have UI Goku still here. We have the Frieza, Resurrected Warriors leader. He's really good. He actually kind of was like, to me, a little bit better than giving credit for being, personally. And his team's actually very LR heavy though, so it's kind of like Gohan's in the sense that, unlike Gohan though, he's a little bit more, you know, versatile, but kind of like Gohan in that he wants to run a lot of LRs, and those are the best units that, you know, you would want to have on the team, which I mean applies to every category that freaking has LRs, right? But still, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, one of the best units in the game as well, actually is the leader for one of the most hardest hitting categories in the game as well too. So it's kind of like, to me, a big deal that he's not on Global's banner. But I do want to go back and take a look at some of the banners that he will be featured on. I kind of feel like he's only come back. This is the 3rd time total he's been on a banner on JP since coming out. We still have these 2. And then we get into the normal kind of stuff. So it seems like they just basically swap those units. But in doing that, the issue with doing that is you're swapping category leads for non-category leads. Because what they try to do here is they put in the villain leader and then the hero leader, because that's what these guys are. Very old, really irrelevant versions of them. They offer 1 key and 70% the Merge Zamasu to Extreme. and Trunks to super class. But that's kind of what they try to do, try to be a little cheeky, kind of, a little cute with it. But it's not a big deal. I do think both of these units are good. I think that Trunks is no longer a unit that you give his own orbs to. You give him to LR Gohan. He still does over 1 million damage if you give him the orbs. And Merge Zamasu is still freaking phenomenal. Has always kind of been underrated, to be honest. But that being said, I do think that both of these are very, very good banners. 100% worth you guys, just pulling and being happy with whatever you get ultimately. Hopefully you guys do pull some good stuff. But the last little bit, I saved the best for last, right? The best part is actually the units that are not the featured. You guys can already see it. So this is probably, if not the first, one of the first banners we have ever had on the game where you can get the summonable LRs. Again, the first 5. There was Gohan first, on JP anyway. And there's Broly right here. And then there's Goku Black, Trunks, and LR Majin Vegeta. That is it. The other ones are not on here. Just the first 5. They are the 3 key 90% leaders. The first 5 that came out. This is the first banner where you can get the summonable LRs on a banner alongside Dokkan Festival exclusives. And no, I am not including the Dokkan Festival exclusive summonable LRs, like the Goku and Frieza that's coming out, the Goku and Vegeta that turn into Vegito or Gogeta. No, those do not count. I have never considered those the same type of unit because they're actually a little bit easier to summon in a lot of scenarios, and these units are just different, right? They're different. They were like units that were hidden in banners for the long time. They didn't even tell us these units were in the game. Like, there's just a whole lot that came with these units. We just kind of found out personally by looking in the banners, but they legit didn't even announce them when they first came out. So this is the first time we've had something like this. So you guys can legitimately walk away with these tickets with an amazing haul. Not to mention there are still really good SSRs in here that awaken, like this STR Vegeta, Tapion, who's also a category leader, Kefla as well. You can walk away with some ridiculous hauls. So this banner, while I said earlier, and I stand by the fact that it's kind of hard to summon good units, well, not good units, but specific units, it shouldn't be very hard to summon good units. And again, that was the global version, I believe. And this is the JP version. It's going to be the same thing over here, just the 5. But on JP, we see some newer units. Android 21, Android 16. There's Goku, the Frieza, and the Cell over there too. The Bulma and the Bulla and the Chi-Chi. Excuse me. And the 5 are still here. Mass Saiyan, like it's pretty awesome. Mass Saiyan's on both, but that's pretty much it. So save the best for last. Hopefully we all get some amazing pulls. Have an awesome day. Thank you guys for the support. We will be back hopefully soon with some summons. Otherwise, post in the comments down below what your best summon was if you have got your tickets. If not, make sure you do come back and do so when you do get your tickets and let me know. I will be reading over those. And I do wish you all a happy 250 million download celebration. So have an awesome day. Subscribe if you are new. Smash that like button for the anniversary 1,000 like goal. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.